uses this stuff? These flowers would never stay on a roller coaster. Hey everybody, it's Katie with Limitless You Health Coaching, your custom approach to weight loss. And this is Q&A Tuesday. And our question today comes from Stephanie. And she wants to know how many carbs she should be eating because according to her, they are the enemy. And Stephanie, they are not the enemy, I promise you. Carbohydrates are actually your body's one of their number one fuel sources. But what people end up getting in trouble with is they overdo it on the processed carbohydrates. So the white breads, white flours, cookies, cake, some crackers, and things like that. Those are your simple processed carbohydrates, and they simply turn into sugar. And when all that sugar enters your body, it gets a little bit freaked out, and so it stores it as fat. It just can't handle all of it, so it just stores it instead. That's the most simple way to explain what's happening when you're eating all those processed carbohydrates. It's okay, and it's actually recommended that you eat a lot of complex carbohydrates. So a lot of your whole grains, or things like quinoa and brown rice, whole wheat pastas, whole grain breads. These are your complex carbohydrates, and they give you a nice, steady energy source throughout the day. So if you were to have donuts for breakfast, you're going to have a burst of energy and then come crashing back down. If you have something like oatmeal, you're going to have a nice, steady boost of energy throughout the day. Now, as I said, this is your body's fuel source. So if you're physically active, your body is craving those complex carbohydrates to fuel it through its workout or even during your day. And most people get a little bit dizzy or lightheaded when they're not eating enough or when they're not getting enough carbohydrates during the day. Now, as far as how much you should be eating, that all depends on your activity level, what type of carbohydrate sources. But a good sort of baseline is if you take your weight and you multiply it by 12, that's going to give you the amount of calories you should be consuming during the day. And what you end up doing with that information is you can take 1 gram of carbohydrates per 1 pound of body weight. So if you weigh 140 pounds, you want to aim for 140 grams of carbohydrates during the day. Same thing for protein. 1 gram per pound. So 140 grams of protein during the day. And then whatever's left over is going to be the amount of grams of fat you should be having. So it's really important to look at protein, carbohydrates, and fat, not just the carbohydrates. And there's 9 calories per gram of fat, and there's 4 calories per gram for protein and carbohydrates. So there's a lot of equations that if you just go on Google and type in how many calories per day, it's going to be able to break it down for you. And again, these are just estimates. You really need to be sure to listen to your body. And I never focus on calories, but I'm just giving you this equation to help you sort of figure it out. What I really do is I listen to my body. Am I working out today? Then I know my body's going to need more complex carbohydrates and probably some more protein as well. Am I not working out today? Am I sitting at my desk all day? I don't need as much fuel. So I'm not going to need as many carbohydrates in my diet. And a great way to track this is apps like MyFitnessPal. That one's super easy. You can track everything you're eating. It even has a little scanner for barcodes. So if you have your oats or you have, whatever food it is, you don't have to try to search for the brand. Just take a picture of it and it imports all of that information. Now, follow this plan for about 2 or 3 weeks and see if you're getting the results that you want. If not, then adjust it. Adjust things to be a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Maybe you are having too many carbs during the day and not enough protein. Is that why you're lightheaded? Is that why sometimes you get dizzy? Is that why you can't get through your workouts? Start to assess how your body feels based on what you're eating instead of just trying to stick to these numbers. So again, stick to this for a couple of weeks. If it's not working, let me know. You can contact me. I can help you out with some of those numbers or some diet plans, or just try to figure out where things need to change. Now, I hope this helps for you, Stephanie. Please don't, live by this rule, but don't be scared of carbohydrates. You do need them in your body. And as far as how many you need, I've given you this equation, but it's not the end all of weight loss and feeling healthy. So really, number one, listen to your body and fill your plate with whole foods, whole grains, lean proteins, and good sources of fat, the healthy fats like avocado, olives, olive oil, nuts, and seeds. And if you have more questions on what should I be eating, go ahead and shoot me an email. All my information is readily available to you. So everybody have a really wonderful week and keep sending me those fabulous questions.